Mind, desire, and ignorance are the three poisons. Lust, anger, and greed are the three gates to self-destructive hell. Adi Shankaracharya. Subscribe the channel and watch these quotes which reflect the wisdom and teachings of Adi Shankaracharya, emphasizing the nature of the self, the illusory nature of the world, and the ultimate truth of Brahman. Brahman is the only truth, the world is unreal, and there is ultimately no difference between Brahman and individual self. Desire, anger, fear, these three are the three gates of self-destructive hell. The self is the only God. Meditate on the self. He who has no attachments can really love others, for his love is pure and divine. The soul is neither born, and nor does it die. By the study of what can one realize God? By the practice of meditation and the recitation of his name. The company of the good weans one away from false paths. When water has become ice, it is solid, but ice melts back into water, and is still water. The water of the Ganges is not polluted. Can a jug of water from the Ganges be polluted? As long as there is desire, there will be suffering. The soul cannot be attained by teaching, by the intellect, nor even by much hearing. It is to be attained by the one whom it chooses. To such a one, it reveals its own form. Suffering and evil are the results of our own actions. There is no purifier like knowledge, and one who is perfected in devotion finds the supreme without effort. The self is self-evident, beyond the intellect. When the mind is stilled, the soul shines. Just as a man walking on the earth can walk around the planet, so can the jnani wander freely throughout the three states of waking, dream, and deep sleep. Those whose minds are shaped by selfless service and who perform actions without any selfish attachment to the results are unaffected by sinful actions and therefore attain the eternal. The self, like the sun, never sets. There is nothing higher than knowledge. The state of mind that sees God in all things is the highest state of mind. The soul is beyond all time and space, so how can it die? There is no path to God other than that. Brahman, the one without a second, is the reality, and the world is but appearance. The soul is eternal, and it neither kills nor can be killed. The world is illusory, Brahman alone is real. Desire can never be satisfied by the enjoyment of desire, it will only increase. One who meditates on and adores the Supreme Lord in his heart, with love and devotion, is freed from all impurities and becomes truly wise. Knowledge cannot spring up by any other means than inquiry. Brahman is the root, the source, the origin of everything. Worship of the infinite is no worship. Worship is limited. The supreme truth is beyond name and form. Know the self to be the only one without a second. Just as a mirror takes on the hues of images, the self takes on the hue of the body, and assumes the shape of an individual. One should reject desires and follow the path of renunciation. One who knows the truth does not desire anything. Realize your essential oneness with God, the universe, and all of humanity. Desire, anger, hatred, and the other mental modifications which are none other than ignorance, are the effects of avidya. Realization of God is the one goal and duty of man. Desire is the root cause of all suffering. We should always remain happy and content. Self-knowledge alone is the means to transcend sorrow. The eternal soul is unchanging, beyond birth and death. The soul is forever free, eternal, and unchanging. It is wrong to say that God is outside you. The essence of all Vedanta is that there is no duality, that God is not outside the world and that God is none other than the Self. The soul is the ultimate truth, and it is beyond birth and death. Life is as a dream, and the wise seek to awake. Only those who have realized the Self are free from all limitations. Realize the Self, and you will realize God. The soul is unattached and always free.